Hey everybody, welcome to Reverse Homesteading. I thought I'd show you my finished mini greenhouse and a couple of the things that I didn't show you beforehand, being the finishing touches. Man, I couldn't find the big ones of these. I only found one, so I sort of monkey chained them together. Do what you can with what you have, isn't it? So I finished off the door. It has a couple of layers, which I think is good for, storing heat, that sort of thing. I've left a couple of layers on there because it, as I mentioned in the last video, it stores warm air, which sort of insulates it a little bit. I had thought of covering it twice with the plastic, but it seems to be giving me really good temperatures, 16 or 18 degrees inside even. I went out here at 5:30 in the morning before the sun came up recently, and yeah, same thing, it was still 16 degrees inside, and it was about 7 degrees or 6 degrees in the open air here, so it's pretty good for even starting seeds, as long as they're ones that'll be good for autumn and winter. I'll put those ranges of temperatures in Fahrenheit in the description if you're interested. So yeah, I may or may not put a second one of these on here. They can be a bit scary. I know someone, and that's why. Yeah, they can be a bit scary. I know someone who needed attention to her eyes after she wasn't careful with those kind of straps. Here they're called octopus straps, or everybody calls them Ocky straps. So yes, be careful with those. Here are my little leggy babies. Possibly should have started them on a windowsill inside, but I'm still going to plant them. Let's see what happens. I've planted my black sugarcane, if you're wondering what that is. I've detailed more of that on my Rocky Tropics Gardening channel, which is from when I was in the tropics. So otherwise little things are popping up. Yeah, so basically I got a packet of shelves for $27 for, I thought it was just one, but it was two. So this is two shelves from Bunnings, which is Australia, of course. I've cable tied them together. People call them zip ties. Yeah, pretty useful around the garden. Yeah, hubby actually put the shelves together. I used to have these in my laundry when I was a single parent. My kids still remember them. They were so handy, so cheap. Anywho, that's those. The thing I did put at the bottom, which wasn't there before, it was a different one actually. I had a curtain rod, but now I've just sort of jimmied that up with the tape. Yeah, so it's a metal bar which provides some weight at the bottom, because a couple of times I took it out thinking, oh, I'll fix it up today, and I didn't, and then came back out and the front door of course was waving around in the breeze. So what I have in the bottom to add some weight, you could use a piece of dowel or a broomstick cut down, but I thought the metal added a bit more weight. So yeah, this is just a painting stick, I guess, a painting handle for a roller or something like that. So I just used a hacksaw. Thankfully I have two brothers and my dad showed us a lot of things, how to do them. That's not completely filed off, but yeah, I filed off the sharp bits. Be careful, it's a bit sharp. And it's slightly shorter than the edges of the plastic. So this bar of it, yeah, so obviously one of these is in there, in the bottom, and it's the same width as the shelf, but the plastic goes a little bit further around the edge, so it can sort of seal off a little bit better. Yeah, just a small thing, but the sides do that too, so they come around and they seal a bit better on the side. Yeah, just to give it a bit more insulation possibility. And for this bar that's in the bottom, the other half of this, I've covered it in tape as well, so that It will eventually rust, I guess, but yeah, it shouldn't rust too quickly. So yeah, I've covered it in tape as well as the end, and then it's enclosed in the bottom there. So hopefully for many years it will do its job, and then I'll swap it over to this one. Yeah, so still way under $55. I have heaps and heaps of builder's film. The plastic left, as I said in the other video, it only took 3.5 meters, 7 if I covered it twice, which I haven't. And yeah, the tape is pretty cheap. You might even have some duct tape, which would also do the job. Anyway, very inexpensive, especially as the shelves were only $27 for 2. They're all Australian dollars, of course. But yeah, hope you can make a mini, I was going to say a granny greenhouse, kind of is, a mini greenhouse of your own. Just cover anything in plastic basically, and having this warm brick wall behind it is really helping as well. Yeah, on a hot day, or any day actually, even in winter, I'm going to be opening this up unless it's really, really cold, to make sure that my little seedlings don't get too hot. In the meantime, I've got to save my leggy ones, which I started outside here. Possibly should have started them with a bit more light. The problem is, I found out afterwards, is that tree still casts shadow on here. So this is in shadow until about 11 AM each day. I had forgotten about that. So yes, if you're going to be home every single day to open it up when the sun comes up, you can put it in full sun. So I guess it's a bit of insurance to be in dabbled shade, but if you're starting seeds outside, you will have to have it in full sun, I would say. But yeah, I will be doing more experiments with this, of course. Thanks for watching. Hope you're having fun in the garden. I'll see you next time.